And now we are going to study the past perfect. يعني الماضي التام. Perfect means before. Perfect التام means before. So past perfect refers to an action in the past that was completed before another action in the past. What does the past perfect refer to? It refers to an action in the past that was completed before another action in the past. The form of the past perfect. The form of the past perfect is the same for all persons, positive and negative. I had seen him before. We hadn't finished work at 6 o'clock. Question: where had you been before? Or where had they been before? Short answer: had he already left? Yes, he had. Or no, he hadn't. The use. The past perfect is used to make clear that one action in the past happened before another action in the past, as I said before. Is used to make clear that one action in the past happened before another action in the past. So it makes clear the past perfect الماضي التام يوضح أنه أكو فعل أو عمل في الماضي حصل قبل فعل أو عمل آخر في الماضي. For example, when I got home, I found that someone had broken into my apartment and had stolen my DVD player, so I called the police. When I got home, I found that someone had broken into my apartment and had stolen my DVD player, so I called the police. Action 1, that someone broke into my apartment. Someone broke into my apartment and stole my DVD player. And action 2 is I got home and called the police. So there are two actions. One of them happened before the other. So the first action is someone broke into my apartment and stole my DVD player. That is the action 1. The action 2, I got home and called the police. So an action in the past happened before another action in the past. Notice the difference between the following sentences. There are two sentences. First one, when I got to the office, Peter went home. When I got to the office, Peter went home. First, I arrived, then Peter left. First, I arrived, then Peter left. That is the meaning of this first sentence. عندما وصلت إلى المكتب Peter ذهب إلى البيت. First I arrived, then Peter left. The second sentence, when I got to the office, Peter had gone home. This is past perfect. You see, in the first sentence, it is past simple, and the second sentence is the past perfect. When I got to the office, Peter had gone, past perfect here, home. The meaning of this sentence with the past perfect is first Peter left, then I arrived. بالبداية Peter ذهب إلى البيت، بعد ذلك أنا وصلت إلى المكتب. So you see the difference between the past simple and the past perfect. Past tenses in the passive. الpast tenses in the passive المبني للمجهول. The form past simple passive, the form of the past simple passive is was or were plus the past participle. was or were, plus the past participle. Past continuous in the past continuous passive was, were, being plus past participle. The past continuous passive was or were, being plus the past participle. And the past perfect passive had been plus past participle. The past perfect passive had been plus the past participle. The uses are all the same in the passive as in the active. First example, the bridge was built. The bridge was built in 1876. That is a finished action in the past. A finished action in the past. The bomb was being diffused when it exploded. That is an interrupted past activity. Here is the first example, past simple passive, and the second example is the past continuous passive. The third example, the letter didn't arrive because it had been sent. Had been sent. That is a past perfect passive. The letter didn't arrive because it had been sent to my old address. One action before another action in the past, and that is the past perfect, as I said before. So we have the past tenses in the passive. The first one, past simple passive, that is was or were plus past participle, and the past continuous passive, was or were, being plus past participle, and the past perfect passive, that is had been plus past participle. The first example, was built, is a past simple passive, and it means a finished action in the past. And the second example, was being diffused, here is past continuous passive, that is an interrupted past activity, as I explained before. And had been sent is the past perfect passive, that is one action before another action in the past. So, which tense is used in these two sentences? Which verbs are regular and which are irregular? The first sentence, he laughed and went up to the baby. He danced and sang. So, here, the verb laughed and went, danced and sang. These are all simple past verbs, which are regular. You know that the simple past verb, the regular of the simple past verb, you add ed to the verb. So here, laughed and danced are regular verbs, past verbs, regular past verbs. And went and sang are irregular, because the base of the verb, past verb went, is go. So, and also sing is the base verb of the past verb sang. So you have laughed and danced are regular past verbs, and went and sang are irregular past verbs. So, what are, number two, what are the tenses in these sentences, and what is the difference in meaning? As I said before, here laughed is past simple, was laughing is past continuous, and laughed here past simple, and had seen is the past perfect. As I explained before, the difference in these three tenses of the past simple in these slides, as I said before.